What's up, guys? We're back here at the GSL Code S. We've already seen Rain really dominating. I mean, just bashing innovation. I was really surprised. Welcome to the studio, guys. Thanks for coming down. Actually, we have a lot of people coming down here today, so it's good to see you guys down here. This next match we're going to be doing is SOS against Bbyong. And I don't think Bbyong's odds are that good.
I think that SOS is favored here, but Bbyong is like forever underrated. He's been one of the best Terrans in the world for a super long time. No one really talks about him.
He's super overshadowed by some of the other Terrans we have. Innovation, well, one of those Terrans, actually.
He's very tall. He casts a long shadow.
And
Maru is oftentimes standing on a chair. And he has a cape, so he has a big shadow as well.
I mean, Bbyong said he was not happy about this group. He says all he can do is try his best. But the problem with SOS, beyond him being just very solid in his execution of his strategies, it's also a matter of he is so unpredictable.
Yeah.
He is, like, I actually wonder how much money this guy could make. Well, it's crazy, right? Like, he always outthinks his opponent. I'm curious if we could, like, go back in time and make SOS a poker player, for instance. How good would he be? Because this guy bluffs so well, he fakes, he masks his build so well.
He would probably just like lose all his money while he was learning and never play again. I actually think that's the case because like the guy is insanely good and all that, but like there are games that look really bad from him too. We gotta
That's true. It doesn't always work.
Sometimes a bunch of Hydras walk across the map and kill his 5 Void Rays, and he's like, oh.
Well, let's see how he does this time around. You know, SOS, it's definitely paid off. I believe he's made the most money for tournament winnings with the least amount of wins.
He's won the most $100,000 terms for sure.
Yes. And, I mean, somebody very good in a best of 3, probably even better in a best of 5 or best of 7.
Yeah, I would say so.
I'm trying to figure out in my mind, what is Bbyong's strength that maybe he could utilize to try to take on SOS? Would it be counter-cheesing? Would it be doing something, you know, just to kind of throw SOS off rhythm?
SOS sometimes plays the metagame kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like, Bbyong sometimes plays a little bit different style. Like, he's even someone that we've seen go mech occasionally against Protoss in the past on certain maps. You know, I think stuff like that could work out well against SOS, because if SOS has a certain mind game there, he's like, okay, you know, Reaper expands are so good, and he's going to want to go Reaper because I'm so unpredictable, so I'll go for a Mothership Core Rush on King Sejong Station to pick off the SCV on his CC or something. And then Bbyong goes like, I'm going to go mech and turtle. It's like, where does SOS get his, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I think
not that I think he should go mech. I'm not that crazy, but like, I'm just saying, like, I think that in his own unique style, that's where Bbyong can possibly find some success here against SOS.
The map is now loading up. We will begin game 1 on Overgrowth. SOS, the least predictable player in the world, against Bbyong, one of the best Terrans that there is. The winner will go on to face off against Rain in the winner's match. The loser has to go off against Innovation. Really, you do want to win here and try to get out of this group as fast as possible. It is a very, very tough group to get out of. You better jump, bitch. In the bottom left in the red,
GNR Green Wings SOS.
In the upper right in the blue, he is
CJN2's Bbyong.
Probably just rolled the die in his head for all the different strats, and he was like, "Oh God, carriers!"
I like casting
carriers.
I like casting this guy's game so much because I just never know what he's going to do.
Yeah, it's
thanks for coming down, guys. Welcome to the studio.
Welcome,
viewers at home. Come down to our studio sometime. Entry's free. You can entry's $200. Give it put it on the caster desk.
That's right.
No, I love casting SOS's games because they are so wild. And what's funny is sometimes we're like, oh man, what's he going to do? And then he just does a completely normal build.
Yeah, so, he can back it up and play some more normal strats for sure. And that makes you even more dangerous when you can do that, when you have that range.
Thanks for coming down, guys.
There's a lot of.
Oh my God! Hold up! What's he doing? The SCV's not moving. He's making something.
Double.
He's going to cheese SOS. I knew it.
This is pretty cheesy. I like it.
I knew. Okay, so if you're going to go against the most unpredictable guy, why don't you just rush him and try to kill him right away?
SOS, of course, his build order a little bit different here. Going for the double pylon before the gas. Sometimes people do that, but anyways, it's
actually good in this case.
Yeah, it is definitely. Well, let's see where he goes from here. Like, does he complete his Zealot with this? I'm not completely sure.
Do you have the hiccups?
I think I just had a single hiccup right there.
Okay. I've never had a cast where I've had the hiccups, but I bet that'd be one of the
I have had
tougher things to do in a job like this.
I've had that, and I've also had like bad coughs during a cast.
Yeah,
Once upon a time,
are rough.
I did a cast with Caldor where I literally coughed the entire time.
That's horrible.
And then eventually, like towards the end, because I was literally, I couldn't even finish sentences. I was just coughing. I didn't feel sick. I just had a bad cough that day.
That's rough.
And eventually, by the end, he's like, maybe you should drink more water. And so I drank more water, and the cough started to go away. It was like, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm so dumb. My mother never taught me anything.
Okay, so SOS does not know about the double barracks here. He's going to know pretty quickly here. And the fact that there's a Nexus being made first means that this is definitely something that SOS could be. Oh,
Okay.
hold up. Okay, he's going to see it now.
All right, well, this is like the part where I'm like, well, I don't really believe in fairy tales, but SOS with a, I guess that's a really good scout, man. I guess there's nothing else you can call that but a very good scout. That's some star sense for you right there. You hadn't scouted the map yet.
Yeah, and you know, the sooner you identify this, the better, because then you don't cut any corners. You start to just only focus on defense, because there's not really a follow-up for Terran with this. Okay, now he's going to make a bunker here. Now remember, when the Nexus finishes, he can use a Nexus cannon, so it's really important he does a lot of damage early on.
Yeah, it already gets the SCV. This is just crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez, SOS. But hold on, this is still getting a few probes so far. 4 probes. The thing is, without an SCV to finish this bunker,
yeah, he can't.
the chances are very low.
Yeah, like how long can these Marines really last? Okay, there's one SCV making the bunker now.
Yeah, he's going to have Nexus Cannon in just a couple seconds, though.
SOS is bringing some workers down.
He's not even going to have anything to put in the bunker.
Yeah, there's 3 Marines. In fact, I don't even think
he's
he
going
can
to need the Nexus Cannon. He's just like, whatever, this is easy. But yeah, the reason he sent the Zealot over the side there is because he's the Protoss equivalent of Peter Pan. He like just didn't want to grow up, and he just flew around and.
Whoa! Nice. He was hiding in the bush there. Popped out. Gunned down that one stalker. Now,
bush party.
You know, I don't think. I don't know how this game's going to go from here. I can't see Bbyong necessarily winning from here, but this is basically the best follow-up you can have. Is make a command center and try to play it out. But there's a reason why we stopped seeing Terrans make 2 barracks and send Marines against Protoss literally around 1999 in Brood War. This is just not actually a build. Because Protoss units, if you make a bunch of Marines, Protoss is probably just going to beat those units, so you gotta tech up. Now, because it's been so long since people really tried strats like this, Protosses have gotten greedy over time, so sometimes you can actually, you know...
Sometimes you catch them with that.
Sometimes you can catch them off guard, because, you know, you're technically... It's such a not good strategy that people don't think about it coming.
If he hadn't made a Zealot and or hadn't scouted that barracks, maybe this ends up working. But as it is right now, like, he even got the probe in to see that Bbyong wanted to go for that he did go for the double CC afterwards. So it's like the amount of information he has. Look at that. It's like an anti-DT turret. His Oracle going to do fantastic against that. He's taking a 3rd and getting a 2nd Oracle. It's like perfect countering by SOS.
This shows exactly why SOS is so hard for people to beat. This is not something you practice against, by the way, what Bbyong did. But SOS looks at that and says, well, I guess I just take my 3rd Nexus for free. His gases are late. He can't drop me as easily. I don't need as much defense. I can tech up. Now this Oracle's going to come in here, and there's nothing to defend. And it seems like Bbyong, timing-wise, was not aware that this could get here that fast, because there were actually ample number of Marines to try to drive this back, and he didn't have anything over there.
Didn't really have any sort of spread here. And, you know, I think today's going to go very fast, Tasteless. I think this is a quick day.
You might be right. It might be one of our shorter days.
Right now, SOS and range is looking so damn good.
So it's going to come over here. Now, the problem is that while Protoss is killing all these workers, Protoss is making another base.
Yeah.
And by the way, you know, I was talking about this, and then we saw the Oracle come in, so I stopped what I was saying. But one of the problems, beyond just the fact that Protoss can kill Marines really easily early on, is that if you're making a bunch of Marines you weren't teching up, you don't have gas. So as you guys can see here, Terran cannot get out of his base. He actually can't leave.
Yeah.
You see, if you look at the mini-map, there's this arc of red around this base. They can't...
He's going to know when the medevacs are done. He's going to know everything because the Oracles.
Yeah.
Plus, he has to stay home to defend against the Oracles, which are still getting some kills. So it's like everything in the world is right for SOS and nothing in the world is right for Bbyong. But, I mean, he chose to go for a proxy 1 barracks, which is really weird, and it got scouted. So, you know, this is... He knew it was going to be tough if that happened.
Okay,
this was either going to be a quick win or a slow loss.
Yeah, slow death here. The Oracles, it's funny because you don't normally think of Oracles as scouting units, but you can use them for that in this circumstance. Yeah. So he's just checking around. He's using the Oracles to monitor the movement of the army. See it coming up over here? Whoa!
Oops.
Okay. Well, there's something going right for Bbyong. He did gun that down, although that was really SOS's mistake.
Well, he does have stim, so let's see if he can maybe get like a really nice engagement here. We do have 4 sentries, a mothership core, and 3 stalkers up for SOS right now. So, especially with the observer seeing those come in, he should be able to hold this without any problem.
This is pretty easily telegraphed here. So, he's Bbyong's going to come down now. Problem is that there's no medevacs. He has at least with this army yet. So if he makes any mistakes with it, then SOS tears it apart.
Yeah.
And
if he loses that army, like, I mean, the game is already so SOS favored, but that's like just get out if he loses that army.
Okay, so concussive shells, excuse me, and
concussive shield.
Concussive shields.
When you hit them, you slow down. Like
concussive shields or shells and okay, whatever. He's got combat shields and the concussive shells.
There we have it.
All right, I made it out of that sentence. We can go on talking about this game. So Bbyong's going to try to get a 3rd base, and look at that. That is so many gateways. It appears that SOS is going to just warp in a ton of units, move forward, and try to smash the 3rd base.
Well, I think that that amount of gateways, like, he can start really spending all of his money. Oh my god, look at this, still dealing damage. So ridiculous. But like, I think at this point, he just needs to do things like, okay, how could I possibly die? Okay, well, if I just make a bunch of units, I can't. And then when Thermal Lance finishes and Blink finishes, I think he has a decent chance of just killing Bbyong.
Again, the real story here was that early play here. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we barely... Okay, we're catching the tail end of Bbyong losing battles everywhere in this game. Oh, SOS is moving forward. The supply difference is pretty big. 97 for Bbyong, 135 for SOS. And those gateways are just now finishing up, so there's going to be an even bigger boost in a second or two here. Thermal Lance is done for the Colossus. So look at this. He's going to make this pylon. Bbyong knows it's coming. The question is, can he really do anything about it? I don't think so.
Well, he's going to just have to like make a really big arc, I guess, and see how he can do it. But yeah, man, it's tough. That's a strong army right now compared to what Bbyong has. And oh man, yeah, this is a really good move. If he just goes to the left, like 100% kills everything over there.
Yeah, as you can see, base at the upper left, cut off from the 2nd base over here at the upper right. So now Terran can't. Okay, so he just basically picks the battle. He thinks he can win more easily, and so he goes over here. Nice control, clicks back. Now, I think he was curious to see if the army was going to come over here from the left side. He hasn't moved that yet, so he's very slowly pushing his way in there.
Yeah, he's not really in that much of a rush, just continues to warp in more units. His death ball continues to get stronger.
The workers have been pulled here. Bbyong's bringing everything to him. I like that one zealot sent to the left there to actually slow down that army. As SOS has perfect control, and that's going to be a GG. Game number 1 goes to SOS in what was actually a bit of a... I liked the idea of what Bbyong was doing, but, I mean, the problem is when you do strats like that, it doesn't work. Okay, I get it. You're in the GSL Code S. You don't want to just give up yet. Let's try something else. But there's really no way to recover, realistically.
It's pretty, like, I guess, you know, I like where you went with it afterwards. Make the 2 CCs so that you have a chance to recover for a late game, but also you got stim real fast. If that observer wasn't floating where it was when he walked down his first army, maybe he just gets a stim off and kills the third. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that happens.
Interesting to see. We have coaching staff for both players going into the booth now. I would have actually guessed that would have been a game where neither of the coaches would have gone in based on how it went.
I think with SOS, you need a second person to properly use a Ouija board. So I think that's probably why the coach went in.
Yeah. I mean, Young, I don't blame him for doing it, but he probably will not try that again in this game.
No,
and let me tell you, this is a bad way to start out this group. We have both players now joining in to the next game. It's going to be on Expedition Lost. SOS up 1-0.
Well, we'll see if Bbyong can get something to happen here. I'm excited to see what his build order choice will be. I'm glad that he tried to mix it up in that last game, but like when a Zealot walks towards, with 0 scouting, walks towards your hidden barracks immediately, like, you gotta, as Bbyong, be just shaking your head and be like, okay, so A, he made a Zealot, B, he scouted this without scouting my base.
Yeah.
Sick. It's just like, you lose like that in ladder, you're just like, okay, I mean, maybe he hacks, maybe doesn't matter, next game, queue up, let's go. It's just, hey, that was a tough one for him.
Hey, by the way, if SOS wins here, guess what match we have?
Wow.
Rain against SOS, that's gonna be a treat. Anyways, on to this one. Game number 2 here, SOS against Bbyong. On the map, Expedition Lost. That song was good.
There's a lot of good music.
Gnair Green Wings SOS.
The greatest minds in pro gaming.
And in the bottom left, in the blue, he is
CJN2's Bbyong.
Very underrated Terran player. I like that he is willing to mix it up, do a very risky play.
I gotta say, psychologically, that's pretty stressful if you try a strat like that and it fails and it goes to a longer game.
I would say
like
that
Bbyong's got to be not feeling good after that.
It was such like a deep fail. It was such a like everything went wrong type of game.
I mean, and you and I can speak from experience in tournaments, but whenever you're playing a match that people are actually watching and you try something and it doesn't work and then the game goes on for 10 minutes and you're just losing the whole time, it's like the worst feeling ever.
Yeah, but here, hold on, because think of everything that went wrong, right? Like, I can't stress enough, like, the finishing of a Zealot without scouting and then finding the Raxes and then, like, the Oracle flies in where your units are not immediately, like, he chooses the one thing you're not prepared for. Like, I think after a game like that, Tasteless, if you look at me real quick, like, I think my brow goes like this, and I'm like, just kind of shaking my head a little bit. I'm like,
his brow is quite furrowed, by the way.
Like, really quite furrowed. Like, that is a very brow-furrowing game that just happened. So how does that affect you the same way as, like, he just out-micros you or out-macros you or something? It's like, strategically, everything went wrong, and those were things not within your control necessarily. Like, he chose to take certain risks, and for some reason, SOS was 1,000,000,000% ready for everything.
It's actually like he chose rock, and SOS just happened to be using paper.
Not just paper, but also an ocean that ground him into sand.
In this game, also, you know, one other thing to note about that last game, when you practice a strategy like that, you don't normally practice the follow-up build if the thing fails. That's not something that you spend, you know, a day or two working out because you pretty much know you're done.
Yeah, I would say you probably have like an idea, and theory-wise, I think it's important to approach it and really try to map it out theory-wise, but I don't know how much time you actually spent.
You don't say with your teammates, hey, let's spend 20 games of my failed rush trying to do this.
Yeah, I think
the plan B build.
I think it's better to just focus on winning with the rush. I think that's better usage of time. So I'd imagine you're right on that. I definitely would.
So we have Bbyong going for a much more standard build. The question is this going to look like a standard game? I mean, it is SOS. He is pretty unpredictable.
Yeah. It's hard to say exactly what he'll be going for. I mean, there's not like too much crazy things you can do early on in PvT at a situation like this. Well, that's one of them.
Okay.
That's a really quick robo.
That's a very quick robotics facility.
Probably an immortal push.
Yeah. This is Actually, I mean, there's been different variations of this, but this is one of the builds it's been around for a good 4 years now.
Yeah,
Immortal pushes, people pushing like just to the front of the base. I think this is probably a good pick based off how disastrous that last game was.
Also, the map with the back rocks and stuff, it's like a pretty reasonable build.
Oh, you know what? I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, this is definitely not only a good build for the situation that his opponent's in, but also a good build for this map specifically.
Yeah, and as a Protoss, if you're trying to play like a defensive game with the third base here, it can be a little bit tricky because there's like a wide area that the Terran player can kind of like get good concaves and multiple entrances to that third. So it can be a little bit tough. I like the choice. I think it seems pretty reasonable. It doesn't have to be an Immortal all-in, by the way.
Hey,
it looks like it probably is.
Check this out. We have the probe at the top. SOS is scouting all over the upper left side of the map to just see if there's anything Bbyong's hiding. Because you don't have to just do that rush for the crazy things you can do with Terran. You could have hit another building later on up there and try it again. So SOS really being very thorough this game.
Well, let's.
And you were right, Artosis. It's going to be an Immortal rush. So
yeah,
I guess the question we have to ask ourselves is, will Bbyong be prepared? We have 2 Hellions actually coming out now, which is going to drive back that Stalker.
Oh, good Stalker, though, even to scout that, because sometimes, Hellions can pick up a few kills. Warp Prism being made very quickly off one Immortal.
We have a Raven being made.
Yeah, that's really cool, actually. I like that. He's,
he sees the Immortal. He knows.
Okay,
he knows.
Now, he can switch this up. He doesn't have to go for the Immortal push still. I don't know that he will switch it up, but you can make an Immortal and go into a normal game.
Well, he's making a Warp Prism now, and yeah, he's not going to do it. Okay, so if he was going to do that rush, he's throwing it away. He's tagging to something else. That was weird. We saw those going up towards the ramp, going to get on the high ground, and SOS didn't react, which is very un-SOS-like.
Well, I think that this is a powerful move as well, because now Bbyong has seen that, and it is his obligation to react to an Immortal all-in.
That's true.
And now he's like, well, I'm going to fake it by walking across the map with like 3 units. But, that doesn't mean he has to do it. This is going to scare Bbyong a little bit, right?
So
and it's going to allow him to get into his Colossus.
And he can really abuse this over here, so he's going to try to take down these rocks over here to get inside the base. Will Bbyong maybe overreact here?
Look, he's making a Banshee and a Siege Tank. Like, he is a little bit afraid. Yeah. He's like, okay. It's not like you want a Banshee in with your bio against Protoss. That's not a thing, so. But obviously, against something like an Immortal push, that can be a very valuable unit. So I really like it, man. Like, SOS is just, the mind games are real.
We had a tank and a Banshee made there. Now, SOS is a pretty crafty player. He's got Bbyong in a pretty defensive position, and he shifted gears pretty quickly back there. So I guess now what we got to ask ourselves is, will Bbyong be able to do either A, a push and attack SOS to do damage, or B, try to expand again? Now, with this Warp Prism, where he's going to warp units in, he's basically just waiting for Bbyong to leave his base, and then as Bbyong leaves his base, he's going to run that in there and start trying to kill workers. And the goal is just to keep Bbyong back at home for as long as possible, because SOS is pretty confident he'll just win in a longer game.
Well, I like this Banshee going across the map, Tasteless. This is really cool because a lot of units are in the center right now. Obviously, it doesn't have as many Stalkers as other builds because he did start with Immortal, which is pretty gas heavy. Pretty mineral heavy as well, so. The Banshee could actually, well, not if it's stacking the pylon, it's not going to do that much.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he's even hitting the pylon. I guess you will, kill that building, but, we don't have a 3rd command center made anywhere, right? There's not one. Can we use the preview PC?
No, there's no 3rd.
Okay, so Bbyong basically has to make this attack work.
Yeah, and I think he has like a pretty good chance because, for instance, there's 2 Colossi, but no Thermal Lance. So those siege tanks are like dominators as far as range goes.
As we were saying, Bbyong leaves. So, of course, what does he do? Oh, my God, he's actually going to pull... No, excuse me. I thought he was going to pull the workers and attack with that. So, all SOS is doing is buying time. He's going to go over here and kill workers. I'm kind of surprised he's attacking the engineering bay, but...
Well, I tell you, just making him turn around and go home is so valuable. Because this attack 100% was going to hit before a 3rd Colossus and before Thermal Lance. We'll see if it still does. But that bought a lot of time. That was a lot of time purchased.
Yeah, and with the army compositions that we have here, the longer the game goes, the better it is for SOS.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, look at this. He's going to come in here once again, saying, don't leave your base, Bbyong.
And look at Byung's army. Turns around. Oh, man. Well, this is... SOS is kind of playing him like a fiddle right now, Tasteless.
Yeah, SOS is just getting all these great upgrades. Bbyong is doing the same, but Bbyong did go for this unit composition that is a bit unorthodox.
Yeah,
Tanks, Ravens.
It certainly is. Like, and as you were saying, Tasteless, it doesn't transition well like the later the game goes. Like those 3 siege tanks early on are really scary.
That Turk can't hit that at all.
Yeah.
That's so funny. He actually can still keep doing the attack. Bbyong makes the defensive structure, but it's like in the wrong location, so SOS just flies around it and goes back into his main base.
It's pretty brutal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have the attack commencing over here. Or excuse me, Bbyong moving up here and checking to see if there's a base.
Yeah, there's not. He's still on 2 bases here, so definitely a big possibility that SOS will do a large attack coming up. He is about to have charge.
Oh!
He's about to have a 4th Colossus as well.
Okay, well this is getting... One thing that is weird about this is that SOS is, yes, still on 2 bases like you were saying.
Well, when your opponent makes like all those siege tanks and banshees and stuff, it really looks like a 2-base all-in, and it kind of almost was, but he eventually did make the 3rd CC. So this is like a really funny and weird game.
Does SOS know about that base at the lower right side of the map?
I believe he saw it. Let me check real quick.
Well, you know what's weird about it is
he actually did not see it.
He doesn't know. So he thinks that... Okay, so SOS actually has made a mistake here. He thinks they're both on 2 bases. And what's funny is all he'd have to do is just look over there to find out.
Yeah, I wonder if he saw like an SCV go or something. I guess I didn't notice. But yeah, I think he might not know about that at all. So that would be a pretty big deal. Either way, he has like a ground-pounding army right now. He has 4 Colossi, 16 Zealots with charge. He has an Immortal in there. This is a scary army.
Oh my God! I think Bbyong is going to walk right into this army.
Oh no! Well, that's not good for Bbyong.
This is bad. And the rest of Bbyong's army was actually on the top. He had no idea that was there.
Base trade.
Yeah, Bbyong's going to drop into the main, and he's going to attack this. So they're both going to try to kill each other's bases off now.
Yeah, this is quite a base trade going on right now, Tasteless.
This is StarCraft in its hardest form here. Both armies are just out of position right now. Well, they're both going to destroy each other's home bases. But every game like this is totally different. Now, the defense here from SOS might be enough, but there's no way that army from SOS here inside Bbyong's main is going to be stopped. He's over all the barracks, so everything that any unit that pops out just gets obliterated.
I think it's 100% base trade, like floating buildings and stuff.
I think you're right.
Will probes get out at all?
Oh, yeah, that's the big question. So remember, the losing conditions of the game, guys, you have to lose all your buildings. That's why this gets very weird. You almost never see a game where all the buildings are killed off because the player basically, tips his king before that.
Ooh, that Colossi. That value. It looks like, I mean, the thing is, if he has no probes, is there a spot on this map to float where stalkers can't hit you? I believe there is, yeah.
Yeah, the bottom right.
But does he have any buildings that can make it anywhere that
Okay, so let's check the minerals right now. It's 300 minerals for Protoss. It's 1.5k actually for Bbyong.
If he kills the Nexus and gets something floating where it can't be hit, then we can get a draw. Yeah.
All right, we might have one of our. Have we ever had a draw?
Yes, there's actually I don't know if there's been a draw at GSL. I can't remember, but there have been a few draws in professional StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
Like even in Korean leagues. The last one I remember was Seoul Key Reality in Pro League, which is a huge TVZ. But
well, there's no more. The Nexus is going to go down, which means.
By the way, no observers.
No observers.
No observers, and there are 6 Widow Mines. But you can trigger them with Colossi and hit them with Storm and stuff like that. So okay, he gets 2 right there. That's pretty big.
Okay, now we have no building floated over anywhere where the ground army can't get it yet.
Okay, there's actually a CC that's floated in such a place that we might have a draw from it. There are no probes. There are no Nexus.
What are our rules for the draw? I don't even know that.
I believe that we just check that both people agree. Like, eventually, I think we'll have
do we replay
come down and see if he can hit that.
Do we replay it, or do they both get a loss? Because
I believe we replay, yeah.
Okay. Some tournaments do it differently, where it's like now you're both down a game or something.
Yeah, but like even if Bbyong still has potential to possibly win,
Well, that would be...
But, I mean, if Rain were to just, like, hold position near his buildings, he can't lose, really.
No, I think the way this actually ends up is that SOS is going to be standing on one building and not moving. Oh, you know what? Actually, no, you're right. Bbyong can actually win this.
It's
I didn't see how many workers he had, but yeah.
Like, what he needs to do is somehow mine a little bit. Okay, this is smart. But he needs to pick off whatever he can with these units.
Hey, by the way, that was the building that was over there in that draw position, but he tried to land that and start mining again.
Yeah,
so
he refloated.
Keep in mind, guys, SOS does not know where any of the structures are. When you kill off the nexuses for Protoss, then the game will just show you where the rest of the buildings are. So SOS is in a really difficult position here.
Yeah, Bbyong knows where everything is, basically. Okay, utilizing his own Zealot to kill... Oh, these Widow Mines, man. The Widow Mines are real valuable here.
He can't see those guys. He lost his observer.
I think he's got to be very careful about this and maybe send up hallucinations and stuff.
Now remember, you can heal that army over time as long as you pick your fights wisely.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a lot of damage you can do.
The Widow Mines are just fantastic here, too.
And you know what? He can land right back there in his main. And I don't think SOS can do this, actually. There's a minefield there. He has a limited number of units to get up that. He doesn't know where the mines are, obviously. He just knows that they're there.
If he
he's edging forward. Oh, my gosh. He's actually attacking his own unit because he knows that damage will kill the mine.
This is so crazy.
Oh, man. This is crazy.
He thinks...
Oh, my God, he thinks he killed that mine. He doesn't know he's in a mine. It's going to activate in a second.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, if that mine hits. Oh, my God, you lucky duck. I can't believe he just backed up.
No,
he's still there.
I'll put my monitor on. Oh.
And that other mine.
Well, he can use shields. I mean,
man, he's trying to go around it.
Okay, this army still beats what's in the medevacs. There are 3 Marauders, 7 Marines, 4 medevacs, and then Widow Mines are the really important things. He also makes an Archon here.
Well, hold up. Is that his only command center?
That is his only command center.
So if he could get that to burn down, then again, here's a problem too for that army. He can't get out of there. Oh man, this is a smart move. This is really smart. Bring your army in here with those Widow Mines.
Yeah, the Widow Mines are really scary here, man.
It's funny, he went through that minefield, but now he's actually stuck up there now.
Oh, that was actually, I think he hit 1 volley on those rocks. That's actually a big deal.
Oh, hold up.
Guys, let your friends know that we may have a draw in GSL.
We may have our first draw here. I believe first draw I've ever casted, man.
It might be. I'm trying to remember. Ooh.
Oh my gosh. It's
a lot of
getting
damage.
so low.
Oh, he just wants to get the CC so bad.
Yeah, okay, he's going to go all in. He just wants that command center to burn down. But Bbyong is actually going to pull that back to the minefield.
Yeah, if he can kill that and get back to his buildings with enough units to stop what are in the medevacs, he wins. Or he doesn't win, but he gets the draw.
Oh my gosh, so much more damage.
Man.
Okay, he's going to come back up again.
He needs to land it and drop a mule to repair it. This is so funny. And he's utilizing... Oh my god, the Colossi is here to actually get hit.
Yeah, he's actually just using that. Woo! Oh my god, he blinked out of the way. Ah, he's got to get over there. He's got to go repair it.
Kill this Colossi.
He's got to repair it. It's burning. Okay, he gets that.
He has to get back to buildings. He has to get back to his buildings. The army of Bbyong is killing buildings very quickly.
Oh yeah, that's true.
By the way,
are the rest
Bbyong
of
can't make units right now, even though he has some money.
Yeah,
he has a few queued up. He just... But, okay, looking at the units that he has,
I think
Bbyong wins this.
I think Bbyong wins. If Bbyong gets rid of the rest of these buildings... Okay, he's going to get these structures over here.
Oh, that's all that's
left. That army
is
not fast. He has to get that pylon over there. He's really good. Yeah, get that left one.
He's got it. He's got it.
Clean this up. SOS is trying to come up. It looks like he's not going to be able to get up there in time. And that means if Bbyong actually managed to do, he's going to kill this last structure. If he can get up there, the army's almost there. He's getting shot at. He's getting hit. He gets it.
Really well done. Wow. You know, that actually reminds me of something. I thought of it when it started to go base trading.
Yeah.
Is that SOS is very good in situations like that because he can think outside the box well. But Bbyong, I remember I casted this tournament, the Shoutcraft Invitational with Total Biscuit.
Yeah.
And Bbyong had like the sickest no mining base trade type of play. Like he's really can think in that way too, and he did it perfectly, abusing lack of observers with those Widow Mines. That was so well done. The Widow Mines won that game.
Yeah, and that was one of those one-of-a-kind games. I mean, you just don't see any games that's the situation, right? He's trying to pull the opposing guy's army through Widow Mines. SOS is so good, he's actually blinking out of the way, trying to remember where those mines are. There were 5 Widow Mines there, by the way, guys. And SOS had basically memorized where they all were, even though he never saw them. He was actually moving around there, picking the right units to soak up damage. Still, though, Bbyong managed to get a win. And for a little bit, I thought that had to have been a draw because SOS's army was so strong, there's no way that SOS could possibly protect all of his...
it was a tough one, man.
Yeah, he could at least protect one building, and then that's it.
He's going to be kicking himself because a player like that afterwards will think of all the things that you can do different.
Yeah.
And the thing is, in any base trade scenario like that, in any crazy game like that, there will be so many different things that could have happened that would change it. That's how we get into that situation because there are small mistakes all over the place.
Yeah.
But like things like making some hallucinated units to send into Widow Mines, you know, maybe if you just had one more observer, he would win. You know, there's like a lot of different ways. But
well, that is StarCraft at its finest, is when you have the base trades.
Indeed. Well, Iron Fortress going to be our last map. It's pretty hard to take a third here.
Gotta say, it's Bbyong has been having a tough day. He did manage to win that, but that was, you know, just barely.
That was a hard
eking out that win. Well, our game's loaded up. This is game number 3, SOS against Bbyong here at the GSL Code S. In the bottom left in the red, he is
Gene Green Wings SOS.
in the bottom right in the blue.
CJN2's Bbyong.
Okay, so first thing I'm asking myself is, will anybody play a weird strat now? Is anybody going to do any unorthodox build, or it's just going to turn into a standard game? Because so far this has been a pretty weird series. Bbyong actually the one who's been playing the kind of out there builds.
SOS will do something aggressive here.
Think so?
I think Bbyong should be playing a defensive game, and I think SOS should be playing an offensive game. This is a very tough map to take a third on against Terran, and I think Bbyong has to just look at that and say, yeah, especially SOS who doesn't play like defensive macro much, maybe I should play really defensively here and try to just absorb whatever he's going to do to try to win the game. That's what my guess is.
What's happening? Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's a glitch in the Matrix.
Well, we already saw this strat once tonight. I guess he's practiced it quite a bit. And the fact that he's doing it twice tells me that I bet you he even practiced the follow-ups, because he's like, well, if I'm going to do it twice.
I can't believe. No, it's not the same strat, though. Exactly. It's he's going to make the 2 barracks. Oh,
no,
wait,
no,
I'm
it's
sorry.
the same.
I stand corrected. Yeah, the other barracks are there. I got so excited. I'm like, no, Artosis is going to make a 3rd barracks somewhere.
That would be so
He like
funny.
makes 3 barracks and he doesn't make a depot. He can't
Proxy's
make anything.
at barracks outside of every base just to make sure he gets it.
Damn, I guess depots are pretty good. They let you make units. Well, let's see how this game goes.
Yeah, definitely a very different build from SOS.
Now,
it looks like it'll probably just be a... Well, he starts a Zealot. I mean, if he just randomly makes a Zealot here, man, that's pretty good for him. That is pretty darn good.
The SCV is going to scout over here, and Bbyong is going to thank his lucky stars that he's actually at the bottom left here. It's not a crazy long rush distance, especially for where his barracks is. That's basically the best starting location.
He did cancel the Zealot, by the way.
Oh my God!
So that's a big deal.
Oh my God! You're absolutely right. He did cancel that.
Yeah. And
he
should be thrown down a tech building really soon here, because he did go double gas. So
now he is SOS has no idea, and I think even the best players out there would not predict that their opponent would do this. So Bbyong may very well beat SOS in his own game. He's making a bunker just out of vision range. No way.
He won't save that Nexus at all. He will not save that Nexus, Tasteless.
Yep. He's down here now.
He cannot lose the Mothership Core. He's like, you are actually doing that build again? Oh, man.
Oh,
if he can zone that Mothership Core out from the main, that's like such a quick victory.
He's going to have to cancel this.
Yeah, for sure. He needs to leave it alive until he floats his Mothership Core back, though. The Mothership Core is like completely vital to him possibly holding this.
I mean, talk about misfortune. misfortune here. I guess he's going to try to get an Oracle here to try to defend this.
Okay, he actually for sure practiced follow-ups here. This build, he's actually going straight into a command center. He's not even overmaking Marines and not overcommitting SCVs. Like, this was just something to get rid of the natural and possibly do some more damage.
He's going for the Mothership Core. Oh my gosh, he cannot afford to lose that. And it will go down, but in time to trigger the Nexus to attack.
It lived. The Mothership Core is alive. So that is pretty awesome.
She lives on.
Yeah.
That was close.
Yeah. He has an Oracle, so definitely, and he's going +3 gates. That is a really late warp gate research. He's going to make in units like a StarCraft 1, man, just out of gateways.
He's got to be careful with this Oracle. That could go right through those Marines and get shot down. Okay, he turns around. Got to be careful here. Okay, nice play here. He's going to get over here and actually get these SCVs. That was good.
Yeah,
that was really good by SOS. Oh, Artosis, the hidden pylon. This strategy that Bbyong's doing is hinged on the fact that the Protoss can't get out of his base, and it's also based off the assumption that Protoss doesn't have. Oh my God, never mind. That doesn't matter because he's going to see the pylon.
Yeah.
Okay. Had that pylon not been spotted,
even though he sees it, he can't kill it quite yet because of the Oracle. Second Oracle going into the main base right now.
He was going to try to, you know what? Actually, he still might be able to pull this strategy off.
Yeah, he still has potential here. He's killing quite a few SCVs. Don't forget, like, Bbyong did sacrifice a lot of economy to do this rush.
It's actually 22 workers for Bbyong and 27 workers for SOS. You're right, he did cut a lot of workers to spend more money on, attacking units early on.
And,
okay, Warp Gate's going to get done. I believe that pylon is still there.
You are right about that, and he's getting a second Void right here. So this is like...
He's going to do a follow-up all in.
This is exciting, man.
Okay, so when we saw the strategy at first with Bbyong, we thought it was an all-in, but it's actually just a rush where he tries to kill that building, and then he tries to get ahead with an expansion. Now, 2 Oracles, Void Rays, and 3-gate army.
And he's expanding the top right.
Oh my God, is this StarCraft 1?
This is amazing. I love it. That's really smart. Right now, Bbyong does not have any map presence because of those Oracles. Like, SOS is controlling the map in a certain way. And now he's going to be able to knock down that bunker very quickly. Look at this. Double Oracle comes in, will slay the Marines, and save the pylon.
The pylon's still there.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Now he marches across the map.
This is some Harlem Globetrotter stuff, man. This is doing everything.
SOS is so
Could
cool.
he actually just... I think he could just break him. I think he can actually just go in there and go for the kill.
He might.
Look at how much damage these Oracles are doing. There's... Okay, yeah, there's... Never mind, there's Marines up there. I was going to be like, for some reason, he only has 2 Marines in there, Artosis.
No, he's double expanding behind this.
I got to say, I think SOS could have actually gone in for the kill. But then again, this is a weird game, right?
Yeah,
you got to play it safe.
I think he's looking at the fact that he's killed enough SCVs that, like...
He actually was going to transfer probes up there, and now he's trying to make it look like that was not the case.
That was actually pretty clutch at that SCV there, but will he actually realize what just occurred? There's like, this is such a weird game, and his like senses have to be so heightened to the fact that there's Void Rays and Oracles out, so I don't know if he really is putting 2 and 2 together here and figuring out if there's a hidden base.
Well, how many games have we ever casted where someone hit a base up there?
Not too many.
This game could go on. Let's say this game goes on for an hour and a half. That still might not be found, Artosis. The Oracles are still doing a good amount of damage. He's outmaneuvering these workers.
Like tasteless. Maybe an hour and 15, maybe, but an hour and a half, I think you'd find it by then.
Gone too far. You exaggerate too much. This game, man. Well, he's going to get a bunch more gateways. It's going to be very tough for Terran to get a 3rd base. This game started out really interesting and stayed pretty crazy.
This is it's exciting stuff. The thing is, Bbyong might be like, okay, yeah, there's a hidden base somewhere, and when medevacs come out, just go kill it. If he makes a move that kills that base immediately upon, moving out, having stim +1 medevacs, that type of thing, then he's going to be like in a really good spot. If he just doesn't do anything to it, then SOS is going to be in a really good spot. So it's going to get one-sided, I think, Tasteless.
I think you're right. Well, the medevacs are going to be out here. So that may be the moment that Terran tries to move out. I love these oracles.
Yeah,
it's so funny
he's
because
doing so well with them.
Whatever SOS had prepared against Terran on this map, we'll never actually get to see.
Yeah.
Because Bbyong keeps doing these weird builds for SOS. Really, Bbyong is trying to beat SOS in his own game here. Okay, he sees the army moving out with the Observer.
It's quite a big army. Stim is about to finish, and he already has +1.
Medevacs are going to meet up with that army there, too.
Yeah.
And, you know, double expanding here might have been a little bit dicey.
Well, I think he had to take some sort of risk. Was this the right risk? He does have a Colossus. He has a good amount of force fields. If he hits his force fields just right, I think he'll be all right. But he's definitely going to lose some units here if Bbyong decides to press the issue.
Not a lot of Stalkers here.
Nope.
Just one Colossus, too. Uh-oh. Well, he's going to get this pylon, and then he might dive in.
That preemptive Nexus Cannon definitely tells you that SOS is scared right now.
No way. He's going to spot it?
It looks like it. Oh, man. If this
Zealot has to kill this Marine.
If this killed this Marine, that would be...
Oh, my God.
Okay. Bbyong is not taking that crap.
Yeah.
Like, the
Marine's going to find it. Dun, dun, dun.
And now Bbyong, okay. Now he knows.
Yep.
All right, looks like he does want to stay up there. Don't forget, Mothership Core allows you to defend that base at least once.
That is true.
Like, if you overcommit up there, that's why he's sending such a small army. He's not sending everything.
Cute. Look at this. A drop over here into the main. Well, wait a minute. He could have actually killed a lot of those.
By the way, right now, there's 140-ish energy. Okay, look, he actually has enough units up here to defend Tasteless. Absolutely.
Yeah,
both Oracles as well. Yep. This is going to be a strong defense, and he has enough energy to do a big recall, so... In fact, he might just crush it.
Yeah, I don't even think he needs to recall his army.
Oh, man, that was a good move.
Nice.
That's a big chunk of army, though. He has to play this very... This is like playing Island Protoss or something, and don't forget, he might want to fetch those units eventually. Yeah,
by the way, it feels like this game has been, you know, because it looks so different and weird, I actually almost forgot how long it's been going on for. It's 155 supply to 160.
Wow. Now he did
I felt like this was a scrappy game where they both didn't have big armies, but apparently they have quite large armies. So they're moving up here.
He may be surprised to find Colossi up here now.
Oh my God!
Oh, that could be really big.
He's working.
He's not looking. Oh, that second one was nice. That was a really nice second one. It's like 7 or 8 probes.
Oh my gosh! I thought he was going to fly up into the upper right.
Now, there is enough energy just as of this moment for him to recall back with his whole army, too. Oh, it's crazy, Tasteless.
Center right base is taken now for Bbyong in what is looking to be what's turned out to be a very odd series. This has already been a very weird Protoss versus Terran. Very unconventional.
Oh, man. This is like really exciting stuff. Bbyong has his third base going. He's moving up again with a big chunk of army. SOS kind of like is hiding his army in funny places up at that top right base, making it hard to scout.
Bbyong with a nice drop over here. Abused that Protoss. The Protoss is pretty spread out. I think he's actually losing too much of his army for this to be worthwhile.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, that was actually...
I think that what we're going to see here is a huge counterattack by SOS.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're going to have a counterattack.
Yeah.
SOS has defended everything. You know, I was saying a second ago, it's great. Punish the Protoss for being spread out, but if the Protoss is defending well enough while still being spread out, it's not going to work. And I think we're going to see these two armies merge up.
Yeah.
And then go for a killing blow.
This is going to become an Archon army, Tasteless.
It is.
You're going to merge together.
This is the Artosis army down here. The Tasteless army in the upper right. Currently turning around right now. Sorry about that.
Tasteless always has been a coward. Good amount of Widow Mines in here. Looks like he's trying to engage half the army. A really smart move. Got to pull those Zealots back while the rest of his army walks down. But the thing is, if Bbyong collapses in the other direction on him, he might be able to pick it off. But no, he's going for it right now.
Nice force fields in Colossus control.
Uh-oh, and here comes the flank, Tasteless.
Unfortunately, he is completely surrounded. Bbyong is turning around, and this should be a pretty easy play for SOS to just push through here and actually kill off Bbyong. Okay, copycat. He's going to try to expand in the upper left up there.
Well, we'll see if he lives that long. Because this army is 5 Colossus tasteless. There's not a single Viking. There is no way he holds on. There's no way.
Nice force field there. Picking his battles wisely. Unfortunately, now his SCVs can't get back, so they're going to have to attack him. And that should be GG. I think we're going to be going on to our third best of 3 now.
Yep, you are correct,
done.
it looks like. He needs his 1 more warping round. And that should seal the deal. And look, this game, this series was absolutely fantastic.
GG.
Really well done by both players. Bbyong really held on there and made it a series, but SOS just thinking so outside the box, making things happen.
You know, I knew that some SOS games were going to look a little bit crazy. I did not expect Bbyong to be doing strats like that. You know, I think Bbyong did prepare quite well for this, but SOS is just too flexible in his play style. He's just really too adaptive.
He's like a gymnast.
He is. He is like a 14-year-old girl, female gymnast. Like, you can only be that good at that period of time.
Yeah, you know, it was wild. Bbyong did his best, but not able to hold on, which means he gets to go into TvT against Innovation, which I think Bbyong might actually take out Innovation. We'll see, though.
Hey, that could happen. Now,
I think we were right, though. I think the Protosses are going to come out of this group, man. They're both looking really scary.
Yeah, no kidding. SOS, man. Very smart player. You know, it goes to show you, why is he so good at some of these cheesy builds or these unorthodox plays? Because he's good at handling them when people do it to him.
Yeah. He has really good understanding of the weird situations. Very deep understanding of StarCraft, the mind games and all that. It's wonderful to watch him. I really hope he goes deep in this tournament. Any tournament with SOS going deeper and deeper is a better tournament.
Yeah, I cannot disagree with that. I thought for a little bit there, he might actually lose. SOS might lose when we saw the bunkers going down.
Absolutely,
he's just a very smart player. He knows how to think on his feet. We're going to take a short break. When we return, we're going to have a very good best of 3. It will be Rain against SOS to be the first player who's going to move on today.
To the round of 8.
To the round of 8. Thank you for saving me there. We'll be right back.
왜? 시작하는 거야? 그럼 어떻게 하는 거야? 하나 모르게? 뭘 얼마나 많이 했는데 이걸 못하겠어? 알아요? 탈 것 수원데 야, 제치키 누르면 탈 것이야. 알아. 나 몰라. 뭐야? 아, 처음 볼 건데. 캐리건이다, 캐리건.
스타크래프트?
스타에서 캐리건. 왜 이렇게 빛이야, 이게? 똑같은 거 없다. 우리나라 특성상 템이 있어야 좋아. 살아남았어, 거기서? 개쩐다.
야, 이거 궁극기 같은 거.
궁극기 10레벨 때 풀린대. 궁극기 10레벨 때 풀린대. 너무 많아. 너무 많아. 어떻게 들어가야 돼? 저. 그때가 안 되네. 아이고.
야야야.
너무 위험한데? help me. 잡아. 내가 지는 거 아니냐? 잘해. 근데 이거 햄 사는 머리 아픈 건 없어. 야, 이거 진짜 재밌다. 자, 이거 가만히. 이거 롤 처음 하는데 고전이라고 하는 느낌.
게임인지는 알고 계셨어요?
그 게임 나온 거예요.
아, 블리자드 거예요?
재밌었어요.
나오면 할 의향이 있어요? 네. 롤 접고?